Brought to you by Wikivideo Documentaries. Jack Whitehall. Jack Peter Benedict Whitehall is an English comedian, television presenter and actor. He is best known for his stand-up comedy, for starring as JP in the TV series Fresh Meat, and for playing Alfie Wickers in the TV series Bad Education, which he also co-wrote. Since 2012, he has been a regular panelist on the game show A League of Their Own. He also hosted Backchat with his father, Michael, in December 2017. It was announced that Whitehall will be the host of the 2018 Brit Awards. Early life and education. Whitehall was born on the 7th of July 1988 at the Portland Hospital in the city of Westminster in central London. He is the first child of actress Hilary Amanda Jane Whitehall and the television producer Michael John Whitehall. His father was an agent for Judi Dench, Colin Firth, and Richard Griffiths, and wrote the memoir Shark-Infested Waters. Whitehall has a sister, Molly Louisa, and a brother, Barnaby William. He had two godfathers, Nigel Havers and the late Richard Griffiths, both actors. He attended Tower House School in East Sheen, West London, where he was a fellow pupil with Twilight Saga star Robert Pattinson. He has made jokes about this, often mentioning that he resented Pattinson's taking all the best acting roles in the school plays. Whitehall has also mentioned in an interview how he auditioned for the role of Harry Potter after the casting team visited his school. He went on to attend the Dragon School in Oxford and then Marlborough College, a public school in Wiltshire. Whitehall took a gap year where he decided to pursue a career in stand-up comedy. He attended the University of Manchester for 2 terms only, to study history of art. He has stated that his comedy hero is Jack Dee, having briefly met him as a teenager. Television and radio career. In 1997, Whitehall appeared in the series Noah's Arkansas. In June 2008, Whitehall presented the first week of Big Brother's Big Mouth on E4, returning in August to host the 12th week. In September and November, Whitehall made his first and second of many appearances on Channel 4's 8 out of 10 Cats. In January 2009, he hosted Celebrity Big Brother's Big Mouth, during which he appeared on the Sunday Night Project, followed on the 5th of June by his third appearance on 8 out of 10 Cats. In June 2009, Whitehall co-hosted the satirical TNT show with Holly Walsh on Channel 4. In August, he appeared on Charlie Brooker's Channel 4 panel show You Have Been Watching, followed in September by his first appearance on Would I Lie to You? He made his first of many appearances on BBC Two satirical panel show Mock the Week, and in October, he guest presented an episode of Never Mind the Buzzcocks. In January 2010, Whitehall made his fourth appearance in 8 out of 10 Cats, followed in February by his second appearance on Mock the Week, and a first appearance in Argumental on Dave. In April, he featured on Channel 4's Comedy Gala, a benefit show held in aid of Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, which had been filmed live at the O2 Arena in London in March. In April, he appeared on James Corden's sports show A League of Their Own, and on the 11th of June made his 5th appearance on 8 out of 10 Cats, followed in June by his third appearance on Mock the Week. In June and July 2010, Whitehall was a regular performer on the first series of Channel 4's Stand Up for the Week alongside Andy O'Show, Kevin Bridges, Rich Hall, and host Patrick Kielty. In September he made his 6th appearance on 8 out of 10 Cats, and in September and October, his 4th and 5th appearances on Mock the Week. In October, he appeared on a second episode of Argumental, and he honored Big Brother host Davina McCall on the Channel 4 show A Comedy Roast. In October, he headlined the second episode of Dave's One Night Stand, followed by his second appearance on A League of Their Own, and on the 1st of November he appeared on Ask Rod Gilbert. In December, he appeared on the Royal Variety Performance 2010, and in December he appeared on the 6th series of Live at the Apollo, which had been filmed on the 27th of September. In February 2011, Whitehall was featured on Comedy Central Presents Jack Whitehall in the United States. In March, he appeared on the BBC football programme Final Score, reporting on Arsenal's 0-0 draw with Sunderland at the Emirates Stadium. From March until May, Whitehall returned as a regular performer for the second series of Channel 4's Stand Up for the Week together with Andy O'Show, Kevin Bridges, and Rich Hall. Joined for the new series by John Richardson. In March, Whitehall and Bridges presented Jack and Kevin's Comic Relief Lock-In, which took the Comic Relief show through to the early hours of the morning with a selection of the best comedy clips of the last couple of years. In May 2011, he made his debut appearance on a US chat show, interviewed by Ellen DeGeneres, on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. In June, Whitehall featured on the second annual Channel 4's Comedy Gala, which had been filmed in May. In June, he made a seventh appearance on 8 out of 10 Cats. In July 2011, Whitehall appeared alongside Lorraine Kelly on the Channel 4 show King of, presented by Claudia Winkleman. In July 2011, he made a sixth appearance on Mock the Week, and he appeared on the British version of The Marriage Ref with Jack Dee and Catherine Kelly. He was a guest on the Channel 4 show Chris Moyles Quiz Night, presented by BBC Radio 1 DJ Chris Moyles, and in September made his second appearance on Would I Lie to You? Whitehall made his acting debut in the Channel 4 comedy drama Fresh Meat. From the creators of Peep Show. In the series, Whitehall plays the role of JP, a public schoolboy who failed to get into a proper university. The first series, in which he co-stars alongside Joe Thomas, ran until November 2011 and received critical acclaim. A second, third, and fourth series aired on Channel 4 in the UK. In September, he and his father Michael appeared on the £1 Million Drop Live, hosted by Davina McCall. On the 30th of November it was announced he would write and star in new BBC 3 comedy Bad Education. He landed a 6-part entertainment series on Channel 4, called Hit the Road Jack, which started airing on the 20th of March 2012. Following Whitehall on a comedy tour of the country, he became a regular panelist for the 5th series of A League of Their Own on Sky One in 2012. In 2012, Whitehall starred in a self-bent comedy drama series Bad Education on BBC 3, which began on the 14th of August, in which he plays Alfie, a teacher who is the worst teacher ever to grace the British education system and is a bigger kid than the kids he teaches. The series also stars Matthew Horne as Fraser, the headmaster, Sarah Solmani as Miss Gulliver, the biology teacher, and Michelle Gomez as Miss Pickwell, the deputy head. In 2015, Whitehall starred in a feature film version of Bad Education, about a school trip to Cornwall. The film was provisionally entitled The Bad Education Movie. On the 30th of November 2012, Whitehall was guest chairman of Have I Got News for You. On the 3rd of January 2013, he promoted his first DVD in an interview with Mark Lawson on BBC Radio 4's Front Row. On the 24th of November 2013 he acted in the Old Vics charity gala 24-hour plays, where a series of 10-minute plays are written, rehearsed, and performed within 24 hours. Also in 2013, Whitehall lent his voice to the Disney animated film Frozen as a troll priest named Gorthy. However, Whitehall's lines were cut from the film. In February 2014, Whitehall guest-starred on Top Gear, having only driven a car once before, and drove on the Top Gear test track. In December 2014, he made a guest appearance in the second series of the Peter Gabriel spoof The Life of Rock, with Brian Pern, broadcast on BBC Two. In 2015, he starred as posh backpacker Hugo in La Couchette, the first episode of the second series of anthology series Inside Number 9. On the 24th of October 2014, Whitehall was the host of the Feeling Nuts movement's inaugural event called the Feeling Nuts Comedy Night on Channel 4, raising awareness of testicular cancer. In 2017, Whitehall presented Jack Whitehall Travels with My Father, a travel documentary/road trip series in which he and his father Michael Whitehall spent 5 weeks in Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. The show was released on Netflix. On December 8, 2017, it was announced that Whitehall will be hosting the 2018 Brit Awards on the 21st of February 2018, at the O2 Arena in London. Stand-up comedy. Whitehall started stand-up comedy performing at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe at the Pleasance Theatre's Comedy Reserve Showcase. He had previously taken a sketch show to the Fringe called Comic Abuse. Whitehall won the Amused Moose Laugh-Off 2007, and was runner-up in the Laughing Horse New Act of the Year competition, a finalist in So You Think You're Funny, and winner of the Charlie Hartell Special Reserve in the same year. He was also nominated for Best Newcomer in the 2008 Chortle Awards, and was a finalist in the Hackney Empire New Act of the Year. In August 2009, Whitehall performed his first solo stand-up show, Nearly Rebellious, at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. The same year, he was nominated for Best Newcomer at the Edinburgh Comedy Awards. In September 2009, Whitehall was accused of stealing one of Stewart Lee's stand-up routines for his critically acclaimed Nearly Rebellious show. Lee had performed the joke, which deals with the subject of life after walking in space, at the Montreal Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in the 1990s, and was filmed for TV by the Comedy Network. When Whitehall recited his version of the routine at the Edinburgh Fringe in 2009, he was described by an otherwise favourable review for Metro as repeating Lee's sketch, almost verbatim. On the 20th of October 2009, Robbie Williams was accused of stealing one of Whitehall's jokes in his much publicised comeback performance as part of the BBC's Electric Proms at the Camden Roundhouse. When Whitehall originally performed the one-liner, which plays on the phrasal verb, to look down on someone, it was voted the 5th best joke of the year's Edinburgh Fringe in a poll conducted by TV channel Dave. On the 20th of June 2010, a photograph of Whitehall appeared in the News of the World, purportedly showing him in possession of cocaine in Manchester. He quickly issued an apology for his behaviour, but did not confirm or deny the allegations. Later that same week, Whitehall appeared on the debut episode of Stand Up for the Week alongside fellow comedian Patrick Kielty, who took the opportunity to mockingly refer to the article. On the 30th of March 2010, Whitehall took part in Channel 4's Comedy Gala, a benefit show held in aid of Great Ormond Street Children's Hospital, filmed live at the O2 Arena in London and broadcast on the 5th of April. Whitehall then appeared at the Montreal Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in July, and returned to the Edinburgh Fringe in August with his second solo show, entitled Learning Difficulties. On the 27th of September, Whitehall appeared at the Apollo, Hammersmith in front of a full audience for a recording of the 6th series of Live at the Apollo, which aired on the 17th of December. Also in 2010, he was picked out by Variety as one of their prestigious 10 stars of the future. In January 2011, Whitehall was nominated by the British Comedy Awards for Best Comedy Breakthrough. On the 12th of March, he set a new Guinness World Records title together with Dara O'Brien and John Richardson for hosting the highest stand-up comedy gig in the world on a British Airways flight in support of comic relief. On the 24th of May, Whitehall took part in the second annual Channel 4's Comedy Gala, which aired on the 10th of June. In August 2011, Whitehall performed 2 shows at the Edinburgh Festival Fringe. His third solo stand-up show in succession, Let's Not Speak of This Again. He also performed a series of 4 stand-up shows with his father Michael Whitehall, called Backchat, which was also completely sold out. Both received very favourable reviews. He appeared in the first series of Dave's One Night Stand for the Comedy Network Dave, recording a stand-up performance at London's Haymarket Theatre. The show featured special guests as support. In November 2011, Whitehall performed 2 sellout solo shows at the Hammersmith Apollo. These shows completed his debut national tour Let's Not Speak of This Again. Both shows again received highly favourable reviews. On the 30th of December 2012, Whitehall appeared on the Big Fat Quiz of the Year, during which he made a joke about Queen Elizabeth II. On the next day, complaints were submitted about the joke to Ofcom. Ensuing media speculation led to the National Television Awards stating publicly that Whitehall would not be forced to resign from presenting the awards a short time later. Brought to you by Wikividi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?